Check your Hive, check your octominers. My non-octominer cases were not affected, thankfully. It just seems to be like anything that integrated with Hive. You also want to check on, like I checked my big Navi rigs. I didn't have any problems on these. My 6000 series. I only have 6 of them left. I got rid of all the rest. Yeah, it was really crazy, guys. Like, I hope you guys checked everything. And also, something else you wanted to check. Check your 30 series GPUs. Make sure your overclocks are okay. This one is just mining a lithium. Where's the double mining one? This one is mining a lithium and iron. And I had to be careful because I just rechecked everything because I was worried that some of these got pretty close to the power limit. Like you can see this one right here. It's at 171 watts. It was a little too close for comfort. So, yeah. I actually checked the auto fans on all of these. Oh, actually, thank you for letting me know that. The auto fan is off on this one. Oh, my goodness. Well, that's fun. All right. Well, I'm just going to go change my auto. Time to go back through all my rigs because I thought I was fine. Let's see. This one is good. Yeah, guys, share your experiences with me. This is insane. For whatever the auto fan is worth, I try to keep my GPUs at about 65 degrees. You can see the octo fans down here are only about half. It's getting a little warm outside, but it's not doing terrible. All right, so I have 2 GPUs in my farm that I don't know what's wrong with them. They've been repasted and repadded. They're just running hot. I don't really know if I'm going to do anything about it. I actually set a power level for these two. These are Zotac server blower ones that I paid like $140 for, so I don't know. I might go back into this one and take this Zotac out and repad it, but I don't know how much I care, for being honest. Check your CPU rigs too. Mine look like they're okay, which is nice. Going back over. So one of my other CPU rigs, it looks good. And then just check the BC, like if you have any BC250s, I checked all of them. Everything was kind of a mess with those. And then I'm going to go back through my octominers and make sure the auto fans are working. Hey, Retro Mike, what's going on, brother? Your SoC settings didn't restore. Yeah, Retro Mike, I checked those. I just went over that. My Navi ones were awful. I did look at my BC 160 rig. I didn't have anything different on that. I mean, all I really was messing with was the core, the voltage, and the memory clock on these. And my Kapow overclocks are actually what I use for my ETH, or for my Ironfish overclocks. So that, funny enough, it worked. I'm gonna start reading the chat real quick. Should I use a powerful CPU for Warthog? Look, guys, with Warthog, I really only mine it on the BC250s. If you have an instance where you have like CPUs on rigs, or not on rigs, like, on a CPU farm, and you want to make it so they can mine Warthog as well, you can just attach one GPU to each of them. If you want to do that, I mean, you have to have the space and the power to do it. I thought about it, but I like all of the CPU mineable coins that I can mine right now. And Warthog, look, I've been on Warthog for a while. I ignored it for even longer than I've been on it, unfortunately. Warthog was a big loss for me. Let me go back to my farm. I only had 11 BC250s on it, like one rig. So, like, Warthog was a big L for me. I sat on it. I sat on my hands. I didn't do it for a while. Didn't feel like doing it. And then I turned off my BC250s for a while because I had massive amounts of issues on them. So, I don't know. I mean, the price of Warthog is kind of going to... hold on, The price of Warthog is kind of going to shit right now. And I'm annoyed that I said that because I'm going to have to edit that. But it's definitely dumping. And people, I'm holding mine for a little bit, but I am looking for an off-ramp to sell. To answer your question, one CPU rig with a mix of and it's down. Looks like the 60s. Yeah, look, it seems like everybody. So guys, it seems like everybody's having different problems with their Hive rigs, right? Like most of my overclocks held. I had to reboot like half of these rigs where half of them weren't working, but all of the overclocks held. And thankfully, what I will say is thankfully I know how to overclock these things. Like I think I want to do a video on this. If there's one thing that this did, it is emphasizing that we need to understand how to overclock our GPUs, not just copying flight sheets. Because like if my NVIDIA rigs go down, I can literally just retype the flight sheet. I know everything I need to do. I might have to mess with the R values a little bit on some of the algos, but I know everything I need to do. However, if my Navi rig went down, like if I had a full farm of these, I barely know how to tune these things. Like I'm not overborn tech on these. I will never try to be. I mean, maybe I will try to be as good as him one day, but I don't put a lot of emphasis into tuning these. I got good BIOSes, and I tuned them well for Kapow, and I just adjusted the settings I adjusted the voltages as the temperatures dictated I had to. But I couldn't do this off the top of my head. I took a screenshot. Like, you should take a screen grab of your settings, and that's what I did. For all of my AMD rigs, I took a screen grab. And like I said, thankfully, I literally only have 3. I've got the 6000 series rig, I've got the 5000 series rig, and then I have the BC160s. The BC250s are their own animal. I don't really even count them as an AMD rig. And the rest of my rigs are literally all 30 series, which I can basically overclock every single 30 series within 95% of where they need to be. So I was good. And then 40 series, I can do basically the same because 40 series is really easy to overclock. Hey, Mining Potato. Hey, CHB2. What's going on, guys? Said on Twitter, but this is... Yeah, so Wembley... some tubers are talking about doing that. Like, it definitely is an incentive for me to mess around with Ubuntu. Because, you could theoretically, right? Hear me out on Ubuntu, right? You could take, a Hive, rig, my farm, right? Take a look, I could theoretically, set Ubuntu up where with every one of, every rig is its own PC. And then I could just remote into, I could set them all to go into a main PC on that same network. And then I think I could theoretically just remote into it on top of that. And if I needed to, I could use the Flux Core app as well, the skin over top of it. But it's definitely something that has crossed my mind because I'm never going back to Windows mining. And, I did put a Hive balance on. And if you guys ever renew your Hive, use my code. I'd appreciate it. But I did put a Hive balance on. I have, Hive is the easiest to use when you have a lot of farms and you do a lot of flight sheets. So I'd have to see how Ubuntu scales because I would be learning it at the top of my head. Chris Hanley, I have no idea what happened. Sorry about that. I have no idea what happened. It's crazy. It just last night something went down. Hold on, let me see if I can find a screen grab of it. Somebody on a Discord. I'm on a private Discord with some miners, and they were talking about it. Let me see if I can find the screen grab. All right, I got it. So here, can you guys see that? This is what this is what someone screen grabbed me. And this is all I know is what happened. Hold on. Yeah, I don't know what happened, but you could read this. I'll go over it with you guys real quick in case people are just on their lunch breaks watching, which I appreciate, by the way, and smash those like buttons if you don't mind. So essentially what this Marcus is saying, and the person that linked me this is a very reputable person. I don't know if he wants to be named, so I'm not going to say it, but he's a very reputable person, and I trust what he says. So he says, the time that they got our systems encountered an unexpected error affecting the integrity of working data. The incident was quickly identified, and our engineering team immediately are trying to figure out what's going on. It's a bunch of jargon. What was impacted was workers and with all related information, tags, overclocking profiles, and part of this data can be restored, and they say some parts of it are permanently lost. Now, I don't use tags. I don't know why people would use them. That's just my ignorance with tags. I'm sure there's a good use case, and if there is, someone put it in the chat. And it says, what are we doing? They've initiated a data restore process. Now, I got this message last night at 10:30 Eastern time. So this has been going on for a while. I was out at the time, so I looked at it, and then I went back to what I was doing because I couldn't do anything about it. And then what can you do? They said leave your devices on, and then they're just talking about how they apologize and they're trying to regain our trust. I'm pretty aggravated about this, and I actually think they probably should compensate us somehow because, like, listen, Hive OS doesn't do us any favors. It's not like this isn't like a service that like bends over backwards to try to help you. Like, they don't do us any favors. It's a service, and they're trying to make money. So, like, if you want to have a business relationship, that's fine. But when you mess my stuff up, I want you to give me something for it. And, like, I know, as far as I understand, for content creators to get free Hive OS, right, you have to have been doing regular Hive videos for, like, 3 or 4 years. I'm pretty certain only a few YouTubers have gotten it. And this is, like, full transparency. And they basically tell everybody else to kind of, like, kick rocks. So, like, if I was getting free Hive, I would like to think I'd still be aggravated about it. Look, I'm just trying to be utterly transparent, right? Like, if I ever have my own personal motives involved in something, I will let you know. Like, I did that BTC miner review. I got it sent to me for free, and they asked me to do a review, and I did it. And I gave you an honest take. So I'm trying to give you honest takes while letting you know if there's a conflict of interest. And there is no conflict of interest here. They don't give me anything. So, like, I pay for it like everybody else does. And I want something for it because, like, this could have been really dangerous, especially for everybody who's doing triple iron mining, which you all should be doing if you can do it because it is so profitable and so much better than everything else. Like, the market sucks right now, right? Like, everything is tanking, and my farm is still holding its profitability thanks to how I'm able to triple mine iron and lithium right now. I mean, look at my farm. I don't even count my Warthog profits because I haven't done anything with it. But, like, this is everything. I have my CPUs on Cubic, and they're all, minus 2 of them. They are all in my shed, or I'm sorry, they're all on Windows. But, like, this is everything I have. And, like, it's mostly triple mining. So I'm pushing my circuits to the 80% rule, where if you saw it in my short, like, it could have been really bad. I was safe. I knew my clocks and my settings were safe, but it really makes me think, and it's really frustrating. So, catching up on the chat, my workers are all named the same with tags. That's funny. And they said leave your CBH2 says they said leave your devices on. I saw that. Like Hash Pro Shield Hive Hard. Look, guys, so here's the thing, right? There's a fine line between shilling a product, admitting you're shilling a product, and you get and actually liking the product and getting paid to do it. Like, I know you guys saw I've been doing a lot of Deep Cool content, but they took care of me. They did something no one else did. And I really like their product. And their product has really made it easier for me. I actually needed another one, and I just bought it. I didn't want to ask them for another one. And I literally just bought it, and it's coming my way now. I use my own code, actually. Because I wanted to put my money where my mouth was. Because people were like, would you actually spend $45 on an air cooler when you could spend $30 elsewhere? And I said that $15 was worth the digital display. And I meant it, and I put my money where my mouth is, and it's coming today. They realized in the boardroom that they could sell everyone. Yeah, right, CBH2, it's super sketchy. Hash Pro had good Hive tutorials in 2020. Look, I mean, there's nothing wrong with making tutorials, right? Tutorials for YouTube content, like, tutorials are a win for everybody, right? Like, look at this. Let me show you something real quick. We're talking about tutorials real quick. Let's go to YouTube, right? So let's go to YouTube as a whole, all right? If you type in 4070 Ti, install guide, right? Look who comes up first. Like, half of my videos come up first. These things, like, look at all of these views I have on these, right? If we look at the 4070 Ti, watch this. Like, these videos are carrying my channel, like 121,000 views, and they're hopefully going to be what my in is with the AIBs. But they help people. Like, people literally need this info, so I made them, and people use them. So it's like a win-win for everybody. So guides are different. I don't like when people shill, when they're misleading, or they're trying to sell you a product that kind of sucks, right? Like, hey Marwin, what's going on? So, if you're shilling Hive, that's totally fine. But I don't know, guys. I'm going to start looking for an alternative. When my Hive balance runs out, if I could not pay for Hive, I wouldn't. Like, if I had a way to use Ubuntu and to get like 3/4 of these settings, I would. Because honestly, like, switching like all my miners on Windows takes me 10 minutes. I just remote into them and they're done. Like, even switching these Hive rigs to different algorithms, if I have to make a new flight sheet, it still takes time. But I mean, Hive does give you a good service, right? But I don't know. I think you pay too much for it. Like, and I don't know how much their backroom server stuff cost, right? But I feel like for what I'm getting, I am paying too much for it. If there was a better alternative, I would move. So, Rondi, BC250s, dude, BC250s are literally so hard for me to be fair on, right? Like, I bought one rig. I know people who bought more of them, and I know people who did really well off of them because, like, all the BC250 people kind of like talk and they chat and they talk, and I don't regret buying this one, but I don't know if I would have bought more of them, and I don't know if I could recommend buying more of them. I literally have $150 of parts coming to make my BC250s where I don't want to punch them in the face on a daily basis. Rondi, I'm sure I have to consider if I even want to stay on Wart anymore with them. Actually, I can't seem to get. So I have one BC250 on the bench. I can't get at mine in cubic and iron. Like, I can't for the life of me get the flight sheet working. I don't know why. If anybody can DM me a working flight sheet with cubic and iron, I am all ears. But like, I am struggling hard with them. Yeah, Rondi, that's incredible. What are you mining with them? I hate Wooly Pulley Pool. I won't ever use them again. After they scammed everybody with Caspa mining, I will never trust Wooly Pulley again. But, like, these things are so hard to recommend because they are so hard for people to get up and going. But if you can get them up and going, they're great. I'm going to do 2 more videos of the BC250s. I'm going to do one of fixing the fan shrouds and getting them more quiet. Oh my god. Wow, this is like from Hawk's screen. I'm never gonna start my own meme coin. I could never shill one. I can't do it. So you think, Ron, do you think Warthog soloing it is better than pool mining it? Because I'm pool mining it, but like if I was gonna solo mine it, I feel like 2 months ago was the time to do it. I don't know, but like I said, BC250s are weird because it's like the perfect thing, the perfect storm of them not sucking right now. Because let me tell you what, when I had a chance to buy as many of these as I wanted for like $600 total, I paid $710 for mine, so not that much more. I passed on them because I never considered that they could mine on the CPU, which was really stupid on my part. Wow, I'll have to check. Rondi, I'll DM you later. I've never thought about solo mining them. That's an interesting take. Talking about flight sheets, can you dual mine on 2 different pools? Yes, you can. So Marwin, check this out. Let me show you. I have a flight sheet for that. Give me a second. Let me show you right here. So this pool, so look at this one right here. If you look at this at Morrowind, the ACC pool for Warthog has been down since 11. I don't know. I should go check that. Thank you for letting me know, Black Hat Team. Marwin, this is 2 different pools. This is Hero Miners and K1. You can do it till your heart's content. I just happen to be on the same pool right now because Iron and Lithium are the best. Oh, actually, look here, this one. Iron and Zil, right? This is a custom pool, and that's K1 pool. So, Iron and Zil right there, guys. Yeah, Rondi, I'll definitely DM you. Hey, Matt Electron. Matt Electron is a cool dude. I sold him a bunch of 6700 XTs, and he lives not too far from me, actually. And my real job is the same industry as his real job. So it's a small world on that. What exchange do I use for iron? Trade Ogre is good for iron. It's open now. I haven't sold any iron yet, not for a really long time. But I will be, not financial advice, but I have to pay for power. I have a $2,100 or a $1,900 power bill coming up that I need to pay for by the 17th. So I will be selling all of the iron that I have mined because I am holding a lithium and I'm selling iron right now. I don't do anything with Graham. Hey guys, smash that like button if you don't mind too. Oh, dude, that's awesome. Matt Electron, I wish my wife would let me heat the house, but she won't. What I might do is next winter, I might put my jazz miner in my theater room and try to make it work like that. So yeah, I might try to do that. What else? So, we talked about the Hive hack, guys, and just check your GPUs, right? And please, I'm begging you, along with this Hive hack, please check your farm. I did a short on this, and I don't like to do clickbaity titles. Look, sometimes I like to do it once in a blue moon, but that one was super clickbaity because I want everyone to share it. Please share that short. You have to. Here. I'm gonna go to that short right now. Please share it because a lot of people DM'd me and said they had no idea. So please share. I'm gonna link this.
Hey guys, Crewman here. Make sure you check your Hive OS
share this short.
They were hacked or something last night, and I had a bunch of stuff go down.
Look, Tech Man, I'm not I had to paying that out of pocket. I'm selling crypto for that, dude.
Might not be
I'm paying my entire farm is being funded by my farm.
Check your circuits. Make sure they're running the way they're supposed to.
Oh, dude, Rondi, let me know. Hey, Rondi, let me know when you and Matt Electron get together. Maybe
like I said, guys, Hive OS was hacked.
I'm not close to you guys, but I've got without giving locations away. I'm not trying to dox anybody. I've got friends that live in that area. So like, it's not a stretch. If you ever want to grab a bite. Sorry about that. I didn't realize the short was running. That's my fault on the double audio. Anyway, sorry about that. I got a phone call. Yeah, that was my fault, guys. I let it run for a quick second. But yeah, we'll have to talk about that. Anyway, please check your power, guys. Like, check your shed, and I'm gonna mute this. Check your shed, right? Please, I'm begging you to check your shed. Check your watt meters and everything. I muted the sound. Like, just check everything. I'm really worried that someone's circuit popped. It would be pretty terrible. So I thought it was a hack. I don't know. I mean, maybe they took our personal data, right? I have no clue what happened. I don't know. Sorry, I had a phone call. I don't know if our data was breached. I don't know if something was stolen. I don't know what happened, guys. I shared that picture, that screen grab right here. This is all I know. This screen grab is all I know. And from what anybody else said. So, everybody says their farm is getting back up and everybody says everything is okay. But like I said, please check your power. I don't want anybody's stuff to blow up. Hacker stole my OC and fan settings. Yo, man, my OCs. All right. So I don't want to toot my own horn, even though I'm about to. I'm not afraid to do it, right? Like, if I don't know something, I will tell you I don't know something. But, like, these OCs, that I have for Ironfish, I am proud of these things. Like these cards, like all of these 3070s are running really good. Like that's one rig. Like I'll show you like 6 of these rigs with all 3070s in them, and like these are running good. I'm very, very proud of these. Now, obviously, I have 1 or 2 that suck. No, this is just a lithium. That's the only one that's not triple mining. Ha! I literally get to the only one that's not triple mining. Anyway, like I'm very proud of these OCs and what I was able to do dialing these in. I've never mined ASICs through Hive, actually, Matt Electron. Just checking. So to get back to what I was saying, I'd be mad if somebody stole my OCs and like shield them as their own, because I did a lot of work on these overclock settings. I spent way more time than I want to admit clocking these things to what I think was really good. What I love about tech is nothing's ever an accident, even though they claim it's an accident. CBH2, that's funny. I'm not in the field long enough to even claim that I know things. I just kind of mistakenly find things and break things. Look, Dom, I hear Ovalboard Tech is amazing with overclocks. I've talked to him and he's helped me. He's been kind enough to help me like in DMs with some Navi questions. So if you like his settings better, go for his. I, however, will stand by my 30 series overclocks and my 40 series. So let me rephrase that. My 3070, my 3060 Ti, and my 40 series overclocks, I will stand by them and I will say they are better than anybody else's. But only those ones. And not even the 40 series, just my 3070 and my 3060 Ti overclocks. I will say they're better than anybody else's. I will not say that for anything else. And my AMD overclocks, I mean, follow them. I guess they work for me, but I'd probably go check Overboard out instead. ML3, have you tried Fox Wallet? No, I'm just using 3 mil. I'm just using my my own wallet, or the CLI wallet, and then just moving it right to the exchange. Hey guys, look, there is nothing wrong with just setting your stuff and forgetting it, right? Like, I mean. So I kind of tend to think now that we should all know how our stuff overclocks, and I think that we should be better familiar with it because of issues like this. But if you just want to set something and forget it, I was guilty of that in the ETH days. Like when I started getting back into Zil mining, I had to relearn ETH overclocks because I never learned them because it was literally set and forget. So, like, the last 6 months have been like a journey in overclocking for me. And I've been wrong just as much as I've been right. Let's see. Time to reset your power usage for 47 workers. Oh, you can. So, my I don't do anything with power usage in Hive. I didn't even know there's a setting for it. Yeah, I don't know. So, are we still talking about, guys, so I got about 30 more minutes. I'm only going to be on for an hour today. This is going to be a lunch break stream, and I think I'm going to probably do my streams during lunch break because I think that's like the best time to do it. We can keep talking about Hive hacks and things we should do in Hive, or we can move on to some other things. 'Cause I do have two interesting topics that I do want to talk about for the last half of this stream, if you guys are cool with that. I feel like we spent a lot of time on Hive, but I will do what the stream wants. Mining Potato, your cards are probably on fire. So it's not an XFX model. It's a Power Color Fighter. Duke Nukem, to answer your question, Duke Nukem's asking me about the GRE. I need to set it up for mining. That's my goal tomorrow or the next day. I'm currently overclocking it and doing an overclocking video on it, and for gaming. And I'm going to do a final thoughts on gaming with it. And I'm going to do my first podcast episode. I'm going to launch a podcast. I'm going to do once weekly or once every other week. And it's going to talk about the GRE in depth because I have a lot to say on that card, actually. And you guys will get a laugh out of this. I very much aggravated the entire AMD Discord. Like, if you want to go in and search for me, I fought with them because they were trying to tell me that crypto mining is bad for GPUs. And I was like, guys, from a technical perspective only, a GPU is better for mining than for gaming because it will be undervolted and it will stay at 1 voltage the entire time and it won't have voltage spikes. And they lost their minds, right? They're like, gaming doesn't have voltage spikes, and then they're like, well, miners don't take care of their GPUs, and just the thing gamers do. And I'm like, guys, gamers don't take care of their GPUs, and I'm not defending miners who don't take care of their GPUs. And they're like, you can't leave them on forever, and you have to constantly repad them and repaste them. And then I told them that I have repasted exactly 1 card. Let me show you the only card in this farm I've repasted. Now, the hot one right here, this is a server farm one that I got for really cheap. But I've never had one of my own GPUs die on me. And it's about 67 degrees where I live right now. But take a look at this real quick. This is the only card that I have repasted. This sucker, well, here, can't you search cards on Hive? You can search cards on Hive, can't you? Hold on, let me look for it. It is GPU, where are you? This thing right here. This card and this card alone. This is the only card that I have ever done anything with. And that is my launch day 3090. And it is the only card that I will never sell. Catching up. Power Color does have the worst fans. All my Power Color GPUs have dead fans. They're like Zotac for AMD. Gaming doesn't have voltage spikes. You should go to AMD's Discord and search my name and read what they said. I had like 5 people DM me afterwards going, dude, I'm sorry you had to go through that. They're all wrong. And like a bunch of people tried to defend me and they like jumped down their throat. Keep them clean and underclock them. So that one is the only one that has new pads. None of my other GPUs have new pads. They're fine. My shed has plenty of airflow, and I'm not about to repad 180 30 or 130 70s. I just don't have it in me to do it. Matt Electron, you do have a tendency to run your GPUs harder, and you go for max hash rate. Yeah, so Matt Electron, you're not wrong. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that I don't push these things, right? Like, you are very much correct, and you can see some of them are getting hotter. But you are very much correct that I believe these things need to work, and they need to work hard, right? They're not people. So I want to totally utilize all of the GPU, and I want to make as much money on them as I can. And I don't plan on owning any of these long term, but I keep them cool, and I don't keep